Hey friends, welcome back. Today I am working on week 36 in my 2023 Project Life album. I am using another older kit from Studio Calico, and I only had a few photos this week, but it kind of works with these 9x12 page protectors. I was going to add a journaling card in here, but actually the things that I wanted to journal about, I've already put in a traveler's notebook. So when I pulled out that You Make Monday Feel Like Friday card, it just fit perfectly for this week. Because Shane was actually at home working with me. That has never happened before. And it just was meant to be. So I'm going to leave it with 2 filler cards and 4 photos, and I'm just going to start working. Now, maybe because it's October, I'm kind of feeling orange, so I've popped a little orange card on there. The rest of the spread isn't going to be particularly like Halloween-y themed, but I was thinking that because I'm got all my Halloween stuff out, I might start working with Halloween supplies or October supplies anyway, even though I'm not up to October in my album. What do you think? Let me know what you would do. Should I wait until the weeks of October in my actual album to use those, or should I just go ahead and use them now because they're out and available? So this 3x4 card, it had a little kind of gap at the bottom of it, and I did some repeat stamping on there. I didn't use my usual washi tape because I've run out. I used this other one, and it tore the edges of the card, tore the pattern off it. And first I was a little bit upset. I done all that stamping, but it actually turns out to be a good thing. What I do is just find the solid blue card, trim a little bit off the top, it's like maybe 1/2 inch or something like that, and just separate those 2 patterns. And actually I think it looks so much better not having those patterns side by side. I probably would never have thought of that if I hadn't torn the card. So it did work out to be kind of a good thing. I'm going to play up that blue color a little bit more too. I like the idea of having the blue kind of balance everything out. It's not necessarily primary colors this week, but kind of a lot of bolder colors mixed in with some other bits and pieces. And so I've added this little blue banner, and I'm just going to bundle up a few little bits and pieces up the top here just to make a small kind of cluster card. It's nothing earth-shattering. I've got that little die cut of the kitty next to my photo of Willow. I want to add a little green smiley face in there just to, again, bring in some of the other colors that I've already used. So you can see I've covered up a lot of that orange anyway, and it's definitely not Halloween themed once I pop all this blue in here. But I'm just going to layer that up. So I've got a couple of die cuts. One of them I did flip upside down. It's one that I don't love the design of. I probably will never use it. It gives this piece a little bit of kind of resting space, a little bit of white, just for your eye to balance out all the other patterns and colors that are going on. But I love that kind of cloudy bubble shape that I end up with. There is this blank space on the white card, the white die cut piece though, and it is card. So I am going to bend one of these stamps. I think it says notable. Just kind of bend it on my block so that it fits into that circular shape, and it just fills that gap in really nicely. So I don't have a whole lot else. I'm not going to do a whole lot to the rest of the photos. When I was going through those die cuts though, I did find this red floral piece and a little camera one. So I'm just going to build a little cluster in here in between Shane and I at our desks. And I also am going to add another little smiley face, again, just to bring a little bit of color. It's not the exact same blue, but it's close enough that it pulls that colorway anyway. So last thing to do is my title card. I do have enough ease on this alpha sheet to write week, but there are no numbers, so I'm going to make my own. I went and grabbed some blue cardstock, so again, I'm going to get that kind of third pop of blue in there. Gives me my visual triangle without ever actually really meaning to. These are the big number dies from scrapbook.com. I love them because you get the inside piece and the outline. So you could do all sorts of fancy things with that. I'm just going to decide whether I want to use the bigger, thicker, bolder blue piece or just the outline. And at the end, I'm just going to go for the outline. I felt like the The middle pieces were just going to be too heavy, like just far too much blue. And I've learned from experience that the easiest way to attach these outlines is just with my Xyron machine. So I'm going to run those through there and then lay them down. This is the like temporary adhesive one, which actually works out very handy in this particular instance, because I just need to center these on the page, on the card, and so this way I can only adhere just a tiny little bit and it doesn't pull it back up again. So I'm going to place these more towards the bottom of the card, and I want them to be centered. And you can see, even though they're quite a thin line, it still does give a really nice touch of blue on that black and white card. And then I'm going to add my alphas on top. To place the little line from the middle, I am just putting that centerpiece back in and using that as a guide for popping the hole in the middle of the 6, and it works perfectly. Now I started placing these alphas down and just kind of accidentally, again, a lot of accidents this week, good accidents, the W kind of seemed like it was on an angle, and I decided I would just see whether that worked, placing the alphas on this angle rather than like straight across the card. And I really liked it. It just gives it a little bit of movement, a little bit of difference, and it definitely stands out a little bit more. I did want to add a kind of like a third piece on that card, and I decided what I needed to do is bring in a little bit more orange. So I grabbed some of my printable labels. These ones were a freebie on my Patreon page, and the orange matches that card perfectly. So I'm just date stamping straight onto there. I'm going to add a little heart there. I probably should have worked out where I wanted it first, because I have stamped that date on one side. So I am stuck with putting it on the left-hand side. I'm going to place it over top of the numbers and then just trim off the side. And that's the spread all done. I think the whole thing took me 20 minutes, and I kind of love how bright and colorful it is. Hey, thanks for watching today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple of videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.